Certainly the Hallé played a huge part in my upbringing. I was a student in Manchester from the age of just 16, and I attended regularly the Free Trade Hall with, I can even remember Barbarolli, saw Barbarolli many times. Of course subsequently then when James Loughran took over, I also, that was towards the end of my time as a student, but I followed them then. And in 1982 I gave my first performance with the Hallé, and I've been coming back fairly regularly ever since, so I have a long history with the orchestra. Of course now we're in the wonderful Bridgewater Hall, which is my favourite, and in this country, and certainly the favourite of most musicians, I think. And it's also great that I'm able to choose the piano that I actually chose for the hall to play on this week. I did choose the first piano for the hall, and then I chose the second one, but the one I'm playing this week will be the one that I chose in 2003. But very sensibly, of course, they asked another pianist, my great friend Catherine Stott, to choose the next one, and I think that's a very good idea, to just have a bit of choice, a different pianist to choose the pianos for any venue actually. It's difficult to know really with Mozart's late works whether there's a sort of valedictory feeling to them or not. I'm not sure whether he knew that he was not long for this world, but certainly it's true that the music becomes sort of less chromatic, less, in some ways less forward-looking, and therefore more pure, and therefore more restrained. And I think the choice of key also makes that. You know, his more dramatic piano concertos are in minor keys or C major or something. So he's chosen a key here which is mellow, and I think that this is reflected in the work. And the slow movement in particular, the opening theme, just has an incredible purity which no one else could have written apart from Mozart. So there is, if restrained is a word which could come to mind, pure is a word which I like better. I've put my recordings on hold for this year because I've been a bit too busy with concerts, to be honest, to prepare thoroughly enough for them. But I'm putting in place now the final disc of my Beethoven Sonata cycle. I'll be recording that in January. I've got an ongoing Dochnani piano work series for Hyperion. I've just put that in, a next disc of that one in place. I'm going back to Canada for a tour. I went there last year and they've immediately re-invited me. Lots and lots of things to think about, and you know, I've been playing basically two different recital programs all year, one all Beethoven, one mixed up with other composers, and I'm starting a new recital program quite early in the new year, so that as soon as December the 1st, which is the last concert in my really busy spell, is out of the way, then I'll be devoting my attention to that. Piano repertoire is so vast that I think it's beyond the scope of any human being who's a real enthusiast for it to play all the pieces they really want to play, and I've sort of stopped thinking about that. I mean, there are a few choice works of particularly Schumann actually, which I haven't played yet, which I'd love to find time to learn while I still can. I also do a lot of chamber music and work with lots of different groups there, and I'm very interested in expanding the repertoire of some of those groups. I particularly enjoy the trio I have with Peter Cropper and Murray Welsh. We've got some new pieces to learn for this year. But I mean, the sky's the limit as far as a pianist is concerned, so you know, and life is short, so I won't get around to everything I want to do.